Guys, my name is Nas and I'm the founder of Neva Agency, and we created this full Q4 guide for your business so you can scale your ecom business this year in 2025 and following years later. So we put more than 20 hours of work into creating this guide. It's based on our trials and errors and our work for our clients, and it's responsible for generating more than 5 million in sales in Q4 for our clients. So why you should ever listen to me and who I am and so on. So I have only over 6 years of experience, hands-on experience in meta ads and creative strategy, and over 10 million ad spend. We worked together with a team with over 40 e-commerce clients in different niches, and we've generated over 5 million in Q4 sales. So here, as you can see, there are some screenshots of our clients from Q4, from November, October month, and you can see also some spikes. We will talk about that later. So if that's you in the last Q4, if you rushed your Black Friday campaign and launched too late, or you didn't have a clear plan or strategy for Q4, or your ads were not profitable at all due to crazy CPMs and competition, and you are wondering what's happening, how everyone is scaling Black Friday, but I'm not, or you caught yourself thinking next time I should do it better, or you haven't prepared enough stock. That also happened with our clients and main driver products. So if you answered yes to any of these, this guide will help you avoid these mistakes and run your most profitable Black Friday ever. This is going to be the super dialed in video where I will go through everything from A to Z and show you everything we got. All right, let's jump in. So this is going to be the super short dialed in video where I will go through everything from A to Z, what we did in Black Friday for our clients, and then you can use it for your business. Let's jump right in. So here you can see we split the Black Friday strategy into 5 main phases, and I added the 6th one. It's like a bonus one for Q5 scaling, because again, Q4 is all about getting revenue from your existing customers and from your audiences, and Q5 is the time where you have your CPM super low because competition is so low, and you can scale and get new customers profitably even, because CPMs drop like even 2 times for our clients. And this is the time where you should not do decrease spend, but actually increase spend, and we will talk about this. So there are 5 stages. The most important one is the foundations. It's happening right now when I'm recording this video in August. So make sure you do your foundations correctly. The next one is ramp up, then hype and tease, and then launch, basically the Black Friday, right? So let's jump right in. So the Q4, again, the Q3, if you're talking about Black Friday, Q3 is when you build your car, because you don't want to show up in October, November trying to put your wheels on while others are speeding towards the finish line, right? So this is the short timeline, how it shows like the timeline of Black Friday and Q4 and Q5 as well. So you should start preparing yourself, your business to scaling in Q5, on phase 1 in foundations in July and August, right? And then ramping up and build retargeting audiences in September, October, right? So here you can take also the Google Sheet for planning your Black Friday. Again, here's the link. And you can also specify the sheet. Let me open and show you quickly. So here's the sheet where you can set your targets for the previous. You set your data from the previous year, and you set your target for this year. You can change it everything here as well as you want, as you like. Again, this is a template we use for our clients, and we specify this template for every client because every client metrics are and KPIs are different, and they focus on different things. So, but again, I think you should do this and you should plan this out for sure. So then we have the Black Friday timeline here, where you see there are like breakdowns on dates and key actions responsible and who is responsible for them, right? And the status to do. You can also copy and put this thing into your ClickUp system, for example, if you use that one, or you can just leave it like this here and then finalize it with your marketing team, for example. Here you can see also the breakdown of offers for your Black Friday campaign. Basically, all the dates where the promo is starting, where the promo is ending, the promo, the offer, the discount. It should apply to all products or some specific products, discount name, then also the creative assets needed, right? Because you need to prepare some creatives for your team, from your team, to be able to, let's say, send some emails, to be able to run some ads, some banners, put some banners on the site, etc. And some channels where this specific offer is running, right? Then there is an email and SMS calendar as well that you can use as well to help you specify and plan everything for the next Q4, and creatives and launch week dashboard. They're not ready yet. I'm sure you have, like, as a business. If not, you should work on this. We use some creative separate system where we do creative testing. It's called Concept, but again, we can talk about this a bit later, or maybe I'll share this one on my LinkedIn. So follow me on LinkedIn and let's see. All right, so the first phase is foundations, right? Let's open this up. You have here the detailed breakdown right here. I will not go into deeper into this, but I will recommend you to read everything here. It's more detailed. It's more how you should like better understand all this. So the purpose of this phase here is lay the groundwork for Q4 sales, right? So prepare everything. And the key actions basically to setting revenue targets, understanding what metrics you had in the past, right? So that's the first sheet that I've showed you. For example, if you are looking for getting more new customers, you need to also target that by segment, separating that by segment and separating KPIs by segment as well. Defining your CPA and AOV target for Q4, analyzing the last year performance into ad account, in Shopify as well, brainstorming compelling offers, right? Bundles, tiered discounts, site-wide gifts with purchase, etc. Forecasting inventory needs and limitations, and auditing your ad account spending limits, and maybe creating a second ad account, a backup ad account, and a backup pixel in case something goes wrong. Or, for example, if you are scaling hard, you also want to do this because different ad accounts also we've seen they perform differently sometimes, even with the same ads. Yeah. So basically, again, if you're spending less than 100K per month, you shouldn't do this even. But if you're bigger than that, you can try this. Okay. So again, the phase 1 is building the agents. Phase 2 is turning it on and testing how it runs. So the next stage will be ramping up. It's the August to September. You can still do foundations right now since it's August right now. Of course, you can do them like in the early September if you didn't do this in August. So again, this one is the purpose of this next stage is to acquire leads, to test offers and creatives, and prepare the content agent basically, because the CPMs are still relatively low. You should use this window to fill the funnel and validate creative before it's too late to adjust. All right. So again, here you can see the detailed breakdown with also some examples from competitors, from other clients as well, from other businesses, sorry. And everything is explained really well here. So take your time and read this really carefully. Here also recommendation on the creatives we've seen. Also in the future, I'm planning to add some examples of creatives here for every stage of this funnel. So you'll be able to also visualize things and everything else, as well as the mind map for all the strategy for Q4. So stay tuned, follow me on LinkedIn, and I will drop it soon. So the key actions in this phase will be to launch your list building campaigns, right? Because again, in Q4, you don't really, yes, you are closing new customers, but the biggest thing is that you capitalize on your existing audiences. You build your customer list, you build your email list, you build your SMS list, you build your retargeting list, and then you work with these leads, right? You're not introducing your business to new customers because it's super expensive in Q4, right? You should work already with audiences, warm audience you got in the funnel before that, right? Throughout the year or in September, October. So again, launching list building campaigns, pop-ups, lead ads, pop-ups on the site. You have them, right? If you don't, make sure you have them to grab emails, lead ads, quizzes, giveaways, right? So basically educating your audience, grabbing, maybe entertaining them as well, and getting their email and SMS address. Building a VIP list for early access email marketing. This is also super cool. You can also send you can create a separate VIP list if you have a lot of customers in your main list who bought, who didn't bought, and then you can create a VIP list with most active ones they want to get discounts faster and be as early as possible on the offers. Then you also want to test 2-3 offer structures with warm traffic, basically. With more basically those who landed on your site throughout the year, through the last 180 days, basically, right? Or with some lists your email list that didn't bought anything on your site. So again, you want to test some offers before Black Friday with some limited aspect, of course, not fully spending on those, because you will do everything else in Black Friday, but you need to validate those offers. If you had some offers in the past, you can also use them in Black Friday. If you didn't, this is the time where you can test and find those offers that work for you, right? Because again, basically how to make your business work, right? Everything is the product, creative, or an offer, right? Offer is like how to say this? It's like how your product is it appearing like with a really good value or not? So again, if your conversion rate is pretty low, you need to work on your offer and you need to increase your maybe unique selling proposition on your site and add some value props, etc. So you will see, and you can increase your conversion rate as well. So the next one is to review your past creative data to identify winning formats, right? So more videos work or statics, UGCs or found ads as well, UGC, model or just product images, all right? It depends, again, it's different for every industry, so there is no right or wrong. You just need to analyze what worked for your business and take it and basically iterate on this. Then begin content production in November. UGC short form whitelisting ads. Whitelisting is crazy right now. So if you're not leveraging whitelisting, you should start, because this is the additional way how you can scale your ad account and your business. As well as what is important is that you need to prepare your angles, your gifting angles, your Q4 offer angles that you already have, that you already plan out, and start booking your best performing creators upfront, because then they will be charging big prices in Q4 and everybody will be booked. So you need to prepare this earlier, right? Okay, the next one is when the phase 3 is about warming up your audience and making them want to shop you before even the sale begins, right? So again, you need to do some hype before actual Q4. We need to warm up your list, build urgency, and generate FOMO leading into launch week, right? So again, they are being bombarded with all of the emails and everything, but this is how you need to stand out as well here. You need to control the narrative before competitors flood the feed. So the key actions here, again, you have the detailed breakdown here with all of the things you need to do, the creatives breakdown, the creatives a week before Black Friday as well, and key actions. So the key actions will be to launch teaser campaigns on email, Meta, and SMS, drive VIP list signups with early access positioning. Again, I mentioned this before. Implement website countdowns and announcement banners, right? You need to prepare this early, right? So make sure to work with your dev team or something else. Confirm shipping timelines and delivery cutoff, and also tell this to your marketing team so they will know where actually to stop ads for some specific offers, and everything you can plan out in that sheet that I've given to you. Then sync brand visuals across all channels, ads, email, site. Everything should be aligned, right, with your brand guidelines. Scale daily hype content to warm up the list. This is really important. You have this list, they haven't bought from you yet, or they have bought from you, they have separate lists, for example, right? You have the VIP list as well, and you warm up with emails basically leading into the offer. You don't say exactly what the offer will be, but for example, for those who didn't bought, you need to close like their objections, which they have, probably, their objections they have with your product. So with your emails, you warm them up, you show them different options, you close their objections and everything else. Everything else is explained here, so you can check it out. So again, if you've done everything right here, if you build the hype, then basically you will do everything well in the Q4 as well. So let's break it down, right? So this one is basically just scale like crazy, maximize your revenue and profit, and be super aggressive with your ads and with everything, with emails, with SMS as well. So again, the detailed breakdown, please check this creative breakdown as well during Black Friday. So the key action basically is launch the primary offer and 2-4 flash sales throughout the weekend. Use urgency, simplicity in messaging, right? Today only ends in 4 hours, basically some really flash offers, really quick ones throughout the day, throughout the quick Black Friday. Flood all channels with tailored offer-focused creatives. Important one. Monitor MAR, should be like this, sorry. Daily, and adjust budgets dynamically based on profit. Again, your goal is to make as much profit as possible and also to acquire as much of new customers as possible, because the LTV of those will be also throughout the year basically. So again, this is the time where you do this, but you work with your warm audiences mostly, right? You don't need to kill your evergreen ads, don't get me wrong. You still run your evergreen ads if they're performing well. You just add them on top of that, you add ads with offers basically, right, for your warm-up campaigns. So again, maintain evergreen ads, right? So that's what I mentioned. Use dynamic catalog acts with updated copy images and dynamic overlays to the catalog. So if you haven't used frames, you could try this. There are also dynamic things like a sale or text you can do there, so you can play with this and test different things. DPAs on retargeting, they work really well for our clients. Then prioritizing high intent audiences. Retargeting, lookalikes created on buyers. Again, lookalikes is a cold audience, but still, it's much better than cold audiences. Lookalikes are working really well for our clients. So if you are not using them right now, if you think like A+ is doing much better work, so you should still try and do this, right? So for lookalikes, for example, you can do lookalikes based on those people who saved Instagram posts, your Instagram posts or ads. Those who watch 75% plus of your video, not just some like simple ones on purchases. You can still do those, but again, there are some other ones you can explore. You can extend this thing. And there is also one post on my LinkedIn where I compare all different lookalikes, and also I showed that actually. So I created a few audiences basically, and I compare them with the overlaps tool. So you will see that the overlap between those lookalikes and the separate audience created for specific interests we are targeting is less than 20%. So just take a look and read. So, all right, guys, sorry about the video. It's getting too long, so let me jump right into final notes. So the main point is you need to start early, right? You need to hit the big days on the peak days, you need to hit your like at least 3 emails, at least 2 SMS, double the ad spend as well. Of course, you need to be profitable this time, but you can scale like crazy. You don't need to wait like 24, 72 hours. If ads are working, you can scale like by 20% every few hours or 10%, and you will see, right? And then don't scale basically because otherwise Meta will spend it elsewhere. Okay, so then you also need to warm up the audience before the sale. That's what we mentioned. You need to segment the audience and work with different segment differently. Your sales will drop before Black Friday, so think about October, early November. This has happened for our clients, so expect this. Some of them you will have the Halloween sale. You will have early Black Friday, right? I will recommend you to do the early Black Friday in early November, and starting the main Black Friday week in like basically 7 days in advance, right? Because people wait for Black Friday early. They don't buy, right? They know they will get it on sale. So you can launch lead gen video views campaigns and retarget them later. Again, the thing is about lead gen is that you're getting leads for much cheaper, right? And you can qualify them because you can create several landing pages. Let's say it will be a quiz, right? Where they just answer some questions and get some information back. And another good thing is that for top of the funnel video views campaigns, basically, you can also retarget those who watch 75%, because if they watch 75% of the video, they're super dialed in there, they are interested in the product. And then you can retarget them and then basically maybe even target them with another video, even longer one, for example. It depends on the audience, but longer videos also work well. The Meta is now moving them faster according to the last event they had, basically, that I've seen. So again, why lead gen video views? It's so much cheaper. Again, video views is super cheap, and we use it for our clients with a small budget on top of the funnel campaigns, basically. And then basically, you can retarget those audiences. You can create lookalikes based on those audiences, and it's working super well. So, and collect emails, of course. And also a good thing about video views is that people stay on the platform, and that's why it's so much cheaper than basically sales campaign. And as well, of course, the competition is lower and the reach is much higher. But again, if you're struggling, if you're spending a lot of money on ads, I'm not talking about 10K per month. I'm talking about, hundreds of ad K per month, or 100K, let's say 200K. For sure, you need to have some top of the funnel video views and some top of the funnel landing page views campaigns if you want to expand, right? Because you don't want to play with all of that competition, like targeting the 3% of the market that want to buy right now, or that other 10% basically that are almost ready. So again, create some wish list pages, listicles, right? Best gifts for your girlfriend, boyfriend in 2025. If you can do this, right? Or you can create, let's say, if you're in bridal industry, here, like the blog, you can even use some of your blog articles, 5 reasons why you need to do this, blah, blah, blah. And then in the end, you have the offer, and this will be like an introduction to your product, and then you can close with the offer on the product page. Like basically, if they click on this, you will go to the product page, and you can close them. Another thing what we've done for our clients is, so what I wanted to mention, like, let's say if you're in bridal industry, so here's how to choose your, let's say, bridal jewelry for the 2026, for example, because they will be buying also, they're thinking ahead, so they have their wedding like 6 months, 12 months ahead. So if you're in that industry, you need to start preparing early, and this is how you also get leads, by making curiosity, and like, because they check everything, they scroll through Pinterest, they check everything else, they read different articles, they check YouTube ads, YouTube videos, different videos and different topics about how to choose their shoes for the bride, for the wedding, how to choose their jewelry for the wedding, etc., etc. Again, also move organic posts with engagement, like ads with post idea. This is a super important one and super big one. If you see some of your reels are going really well, or some of your posts, do them and like just take them and place them with post ID. Reuse your best evergreen ads from the past year and add offer on top. This is a super strong one we did with our clients. If you have your evergreen ads throughout the year you're running right now, just take them, add the offer on top, Black Friday minus, let's say, some discount or the offer, and you will like basically extend the lifetime of these ads, and they will do also well because they're already good. The next one is again, leverage partnership ads. If you haven't tried this, you should try this to lower your CAC. Even from the founder, if you don't want to overpay for creators, you just can do from the founder's perspective. Just connect your founder or yourself, right? If you're a founder, to Meta and run ads from. There is a toggle like partnership ads you can turn on, and then you can basically expand your reach as well. Again, mimic style offers on Amazon, SMS, organic, Google, on every platform, and offers as well. Of course, some specific offers will be for some specific platform, but everything else should be aligned, right? Most of all. Again, email, SMS, ads, heavy and crazy, because they are getting bombarded with lots of messages during these days. So you want to be on top of things, right? Again, you may think because of the sale, AOV will drop, but in fact, it can be even higher. And we've seen this with our clients. It all depends on your offer. Merchandising matters a lot. Again, this is all about the offer. Counted around it, like gift guides, how-to, social media roundups, customer testimonial videos, tips, tricks, listicles, etc. And then packing offers in these things, right? Mobile matters. Optimize your LPs for mobile. Of course, 90% of users will be buying from their mobile phone. Keep offers simple and high perceived value, right? Again, you think you can lose in AOV, but in fact it can be even higher, or your CPA will be even lower, so that you will make less margin, but since you will get more sales, you'll get more profit basically during that month. And again, if you have an LTV, then it's good for you, right? So for example, for one of our clients, we scaled them to 600K in November, I think, yeah. And we generated like around 6,000 new customers. And it's like, usually we generated like 2K per month, and we generated 6K in, I don't remember exactly, in November or in Q4, but it was super good for them. And LTV is a big one for them, so you can imagine. All right, the next one is to track MER daily and to focus on profitability, not just ROAS, right? That's the sheet. Probably you have the sheet you use for that, or you can do this in Tripwire as well. Test short form, long form videos and carousel images in your ad mix. So again, right now with Meta Andromeda AI, you need to post as many ads as possible. And I wouldn't do many variations per ad, probably like 3 to 5 max, probably even like 3, and then do just more different angles, more different looking ads. Because Meta right now with Andromeda, it looks like on the variations as the same ad basically. I don't know if it's true or not, but again, that's what they're telling us. So let's do this. And we also see when we drop in the accounts many different angles, many different creatives, it works better. And also, another cool thing is that you can check also my other posts on LinkedIn. Is that if you see one ads they're doing with really low ROAS and others with high ROAS, please check like those ads if they're getting click attribution, if they're getting good sales on 7-day click. And secondly, what you need to check is that the frequency, right? Because that ad with the low ROAS, it can be getting low frequency, and it can work like a top of the funnel ad, right? And another ad can be just like a retargeting ad, converting all of the traffic that came from that first ad, and basically you stop the first one and everything else breaks down, right? So again, be aware of this. And I had another post on my LinkedIn as well about this. Don't forget post-purchase flows to boost your LTV during gift season, okay? So again, after sale or before the sale, you can use this. And of course, double the selling, right? So let this playbook be your blueprint to plan and win in Q4 and Q5 without the guesswork, right? So guys, I have everything explained here. If you have any questions, you can also DM me on LinkedIn. If you want to work with us, here are the buttons. So you can check out about us, who we are, and get in touch. And have a nice Black Friday.